What if I told you the cost of financial freedom isn't millions of dollars? It isn't a mansion. It isn't a giant investment portfolio. It's zero point zero 0.01 worth of Bitcoin. And right now, for less than the cost of a new iPhone, you could buy your ticket out of a collapsing financial system, a tiny slice of digital property that no one can print, seize, or censor. But here's the hard truth. This window, well, it's closing fast. Because while the world sleeps, governments, banks, and billionaires are quietly locking up supply. And one day soon, 1 million sats won't just be expensive, it'll be impossible for the average person to get. So stick with me, because by the end of this, you'll see why even zero point zero 0.01 worth of Bitcoin could change your life, and why waiting might be the most expensive mistake you'll ever make. See, this video isn't about getting rich quick. This is about preserving your freedom in a rigged system that's stealing your time, your energy, and your future every single day. Now, right now, your money is melting, your wages by less every year, and your savings are quietly being diluted. Now, it's not an accident, it's the design. But Bitcoin flips the script. It's the first money in human history that can't be debased, and owning just a tiny slice of 0.01 worth of Bitcoin, which is a million Satoshis, plants your flag in the one financial system that respects your time and your labour. So let me give you a picture. Imagine it's 1900 and someone offers you a tiny plot of Manhattan for pocket change. You laugh, it's too small to matter. But fast forward 100 years and that tiny plot, well, it's worth millions. Not because it grew, but because everything around it inflated in value. Now, Bitcoin is the same, and today, 0.01 worth of Bitcoin feels small, insignificant, just a fraction, but in the future, where the world wakes up, when fiat currencies collapse and Bitcoin becomes the measuring stick for value, well, that tiny fraction could feel like prime real estate in the heart of a digital Manhattan. So let's go ahead and zoom out and really look at the numbers. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin, and that's it, locked forever by math and code. But now divide 21 million coins by the global population of 8 billion people. Now evenly split, every person could only ever own 0.0026 worth of Bitcoin. But here's the reality. It won't be evenly split because institutions are buying. Nations like El Salvador are adopting it as legal tender, and hedge funds, sovereign wealth funds, and billionaires are quietly accumulating. Now, when they finish their accumulation phase, there will be no cheap Bitcoin left. So right now, zero point zero 0.01 worth of Bitcoin still costs around $1,000, give or take. But ask yourself what happens when demand from billions of people collides with a fixed finite supply. Now that's what's called a supply shock, and it's not theory. We've been here before. See, remember when Bitcoin was $100, people thought it was too expensive. Then it hit $1,000, still too expensive. Then $10,000, again too expensive. Now today, it's still too expensive for most. But here's the real kicker. Every cycle, people say the same thing, and right before it 10x's again. So let's go ahead and talk about why 0.01 worth of Bitcoin isn't just an investment, it's survival. See, fiat is collapsing in real time. And since 1913, the US dollar has lost over 97% of its purchasing power. Inflation isn't 2%, it's 7 to 10% in the real world. Your wages, your savings, your retirement, quietly drained by design. And this isn't just about inflation, it's about control. Now, when you rely on banks, governments, and central banks for your money, you're not free. They can freeze your account, they can lock you out of a system, they can print away your life savings with a single policy decision. But Bitcoin is different. No one can inflate it, no one can confiscate it if you hold your keys, and no one can censor your transactions. Now, it's the first asset in human history that respects your sovereignty. And here's the best part. You don't need a full coin to benefit, because in a hyper-Bitcoinized world, when everything is repriced in sats, 0.01 could buy you what $100,000 or even $1 million buys today. So think about that. A house, a year of expenses, maybe even a business. Now, not because Bitcoin moons to infinity, but because fiat collapses around it while Bitcoin stays fixed. So let's do the math. If Bitcoin hits $1 million per coin, that 0.01 worth of Bitcoin is worth $10,000. If it hits $10 million per coin, that 0.01 worth of Bitcoin now equals $100,000. And if the dollar completely implodes, that 0.01 worth of Bitcoin could be the difference between poverty and sovereignty. Now, this is why people call it asymmetric risk. You risk a small amount today for life-changing upside tomorrow. And once you understand that, the question isn't, should I buy a full Bitcoin? The question is, can I get at least 0.01 worth of Bitcoin before it's too late? So still think a million sats, 0.01, is too small to matter? Well, just remember this. There are 58 million millionaires in the world, but there are only 21 million Bitcoin. There aren't even enough full coins for every millionaire to own one. So what happens when they come knocking? Well, they won't fight over one coin, they'll fight over fractions. And that means 1 million sats could be the new flex of the future. So owning even a slice will put you ahead of 99% of the planet. Because the truth is, Bitcoin isn't volatile. Fiat is. Now, Bitcoin is the still point in a spinning financial circus. It's the one thing they can't print, can't seize, and can't fake. And the last cheap ticket to that world, well, it's right now. So here's your choice. You can wait, doubt, procrastinate, and wake up one day priced out forever. Or you can quietly stack your 1 million sats today and own a piece of the hardest, scarcest money humanity has ever known. Now, if this woke you up even just a little, then go ahead and hit subscribe right now. Because here, we don't chase hype, we stack sovereignty. One stack, one block, one future-proof move at a time. So start with 1 million sats, because someday soon, that tiny slice might be the difference between freedom and regret. Now, if you want to go deeper into this, my ebook Orange Pilled is linked down below, and it's a wake-up call they never wanted you to read. Now, I do also have to chuck this disclaimer in here as well, and I highly suggest just pausing the video and having a little read. Now, if you've made it this far, and if you're looking for something else to watch, then click right here and have a watch of this.